Hey, YouTubers, welcome back. Hey, it's a video here on the embassy. The man ambassador Al, the ambassador of positivity, good vibes, winning. Here with a video that's not about Crucible, or it's not a reaction to the blog or anything else. It's just an actual event guide. It's an informational one, not just educational, not just entertaining. It's educational, informational, it's infotainment. You're going to love it. Anyway, let's get right to it. I know this guide is a little late. It's been 2 days into the event and only 3 days to go, but hopefully you are figuring out how to get through it. And if not, that's why you're watching the video. Remember, day one, the math was all messed up. So you really couldn't figure out what was going on anyway. So let's help you out. So again, in case you haven't heard the joke before at least once, do you like apples? Wait, do you like, how about them apples? Yeah, can make apple jokes. Ever making the same Good Will Hunting joke? I know I am. We'll beat it into the ground if we have to. But, how about them apples? I got a number. Moving on. All right, so here's the guide. It's 5 days. We're already into it, day and a half, 2 days almost. It depends on when you watch the video. It's solo dolo, not an alliance base. I like that darn coordinated assault, right? Big activities, war attacks. Most of the points are going to come from the war attacks, unless you're Kraken. We'll get to you later. Campaign energy, we'll get to that details. Don't forget raid attacks. It's actually an important thing. Milestones include monthly event items, so you are doing this event if you are part of the monthly chase for Vol, the monthly character, and we do love them. The leaderboard, spender board, cheater boards, whatever. It's for Krakens because there's a 7 red star apocalypse up for grabs. If you don't even have apocalypse or big boy apocalypse, your 6-star apocalypse, you really have no need to go Kraken in, so don't do it. We'll talk more about that later. Overview, here's your TLDR version. It's fairly easy to get the monthly milestone. Just do the stuff, you'll get there. That's not that bad. We'll detail how to get there. We're going to do some scenario building for you later on in the vid. And it's a good way, even if you're not going monthly milestone, but if you are, you get apples and you spend them in the event store. And the best thing in the event store, that to my mind, character shards for fairly new characters. They're not brand spanking new, but they're 2023 characters in there. And it's a reasonable way to get them. And C, of course, it's a Kraken trap for the biggest spenders. If that's not you, get out of the way. Don't hurt yourself, okay? We'll hit that point really hard later on in the video, but that's the overview. Okay, war attacks. Let's go over just the math, how the mechanics, how does it work, how are we getting points. War credits, 2 points each. How do you get war credits? By fighting in war and collecting war rewards. And also the war store. You'll see us 500 war credits for 2,000 alliance credits equals 1,000 points towards the milestones. It helps. Okay, we'll hit this point 3, 4, or 5 more times. But you get war battles with nowhere characters, and it's by gear tier. So the more, if it's gear 15, 16, 17, that's what counts. Not the star level, not their level 90, 91, not even winning or losing. It's just do you do the attack and how big of the gear tier did you put on those characters. And again, war rewards. Hey, it depends on your league, whether you win, you lose. Credits per knockout varies per league, and knockout is per character that you defeat. So if you knock out all 5, you get 5 times as many. Yeah, you know the math. Here's the big math. All right, so you got to use your number of characters. Again, they can lose. You just don't cancel, because that way, if you started and then canceled and started and canceled, you can rack up all the points. They don't allow that. They're not that dumb. They're dumb. They're not that dumb. Okay. And this is assuming a full team at the same gear level, 13 or below, times 5 characters. You have 5 characters on the team, times 2 war, so 10 times the 1,000 points per character. But if you've got 4 characters at gear 16 and 1 at 17, then it's going to be, that's 12,000 plus 6, that's 18,000 times 2, it's 36,000. So this assumption is based on them all at the same gear tier, but you can do the math per character and work it out. Realize a lot of the points, if you have gear 17 nowhere, you're going to get the monthly milestone, and that's not really a concern for you. But if you're gear 13 or less, or you haven't unlocked them all, keep watching. There are more ways to get points. Okay. Don't forget, it's per the KO. Again, I looked at the bronze one, the lowest league, not the worst, it's the lowest. How many points you get, how many points you get per KO, all the war credits. Remember, this times 2, because 2 points per war credit. So I assume 10 full wins. It may take you 10, 11 attacks, 12 attacks, 13 attacks to get the points, but you get 10 full wins. That's basically 50 KOs. That's 5 times 10. That's 10 attacks times 2 wars. Okay, and I'm also assuming you get 2 wins. Let's say you're bronze and you win both wars, you're gonna get 10,000 points, 5,000 credits, 10,000 points towards the monthly milestone. If you're a bigger alliance, like I'm in a Diamond Alliance, and we win both, we won the first one, keep going. Let's go Death Row, and you get like again 10 wins per war. You're going to get 32,400 points towards the event. You can get more if you do more attacks, but make sure that you don't squeeze out your alliance mates from getting a chance to use their nowhere teams. That can be a big issue. It is in my alliance because we didn't plan that out very well as an alliance and communicate, and there's some bickering. So make sure, at least for war cycle number 2 that comes around here, make sure you guys coordinate a chance for you guys to get in there. And remember, if there's one left, there's one like Web Warriors team in the last fight deck, like you can attack with nowhere, let it time out. You can load in with nowhere, let it time out. Take the loss. You can each go, and you and Steve and Doug and Dave and Kenneth. Oh, Kenneth. Come on, Kenneth. What do you mean you're in a different time zone? We have 24 hours to do the thing. He can get in there, load in his nowhere team, and lose, take the loss to get the points towards the milestone as long as somebody eventually goes and knocks it out, right? That's how you can do it. Just coordinate, communicate, work as a team. Life is a team sport. Deal with it. Okay. War attacks. And remember, you can buy extra credits in the war store. More points there so you can catch up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Moving on. Daily campaign energy. You've seen it before, but I did mine. This is a cumulative number, so it's top down to the bottom. Natural. That's the 5-minute refresh. Every 5 minutes you get another campaign energy. So that's 60 minutes an hour. Divided by 5, it's 12 per hour times 24 hours in a day. You get 288 just by sitting there. Of course, it'll cap. You got to use it, right? All right. Daily refresh, there's 3 of them per day. Daily cycle, 80. It's 240, so cumulative, that's 528. So start adding up. Add the milestone. If you core 4 times at 50 cores per time, you can refresh and get another 480 campaign energy. See, it's all cumulative. I think most people are going to be at the corn for 200 cores a day during this. You've got some cores, hopefully. You don't have to go nuts. You probably save some up. This is a good time to use them. Up to you, but again, up to you. It depends on your level. If you core even harder, 1588 per day, sure. If you core even harder, which I don't really suggest necessarily unless it's what you're into, that's 2068. A little math. Just a little math. You pause it, write it down, know which one you are. Okay. The best ratio of apples per campaign energy, so you get the most bang for your buck. If you're hunting the apples, you need apples. Best apples per campaign energy are going to be the Nexus Hard, the new campaigns. Nexus Hard, sweet. Not always the best stuff. Depends on what you're looking for. You can farm Dark Beast. You can farm Absorbing Man. You can farm. There's different mini uniques up there. Some teal gear. It's for me personally a lot more of the teal mutant and mystic and bio and other origin gear. I need is in chapter Heroes and Villains Hard 6 and 7. Some is there, and some is Heroes and Villains Hard chapters 4 and 5. Unfortunately, 4 and 5 is only 7.5 apples per campaign energy. Basically, the ones that are 15 and 30 energy have the best ratio. The ones that are 12 and 24 are not quite as good. There are some other weird spots. Heroes 1-3 is jacked up, and you can get extra. It's like 12 to 1 instead of 8 to 1. But it's like you can only do it like it's one of those ones where it's like 6 energy and you get 12 and you get 10 instead of getting 10 for 6. They biffed it. 3-1's kind of bugged. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, if you're a person who's spending 200 cores a day on top of the normal stuff, you get 864 apples per day. So 5 days, that's 40,000. You'll see the math later on. That's how many apples per day you should expect if you're doing the 8 ratio. Obviously a little less, you can 7.5. I'm not going to bore you with all the extra math. You can do the math. Or check us out, twitch.tv/AmbassadorAl. I will do the math for you live on stream. I got spreadsheets. I have more fun in my spreadsheets than I do in my bed sheets, but that's just my life. Bring it on. So milestone targets. You should be hitting for either A, minimum target, the monthly milestone item. That's how many points we need. We're going to do a breakdown. I got scenarios for you. We got A, B, C, and D. I got breakdowns for you. Reasonable target. A little further than that. If you want to go past the minimum target, I can see that. Maybe push a little bit farther. There's a milestone where you get 2 Elite 5 orbs. But Elite 5s, Elite 4s, even Elite 6s, even Elite 7s are nowhere near as useful as they were even a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. One, they're giving us more gold promo credits all over the place. There was a great offer about 100 days ago, it seems like, for $20, there was one for gold and elite credits. There was one for just gold promo credits. I'm swimming in them, and it's great. Pretty soon, all my characters are already 5 red star. Many will soon be all 6-star, which tells me at some point, spoiler, they think I feel like they're giving calendar even more. They want us to go get 7 stars. Why? We're probably going to be getting fairly close to a next system of blue stars. It feels like it's coming close. Again, we'll keep you up to date once we get news and better things. Speculation, but don't go crazy and spending. Even the offers in store right now for like Elite 5, Elite 4s probably aren't worth it because we're going to be getting even more of these force fed to us. Don't go nuts. All right, the max milestone, 230,000. Elite 6 orbs. And it could be black stars, purple stars. We don't know what kind of stars. Purple horseshoes. Who knows? The max milestone, 230,000 points. That's a lot of points, bro. Emotional damage. It's a lot of points. Okay, and for what? For Elite 6 orb and Mutant T17 minis. That's great. It's a good quantity. You can get that's great. But I'm gonna tell you, people, there's probably fewer than 500 people in the game who are going to get the max milestone, and it's going to take a lot of cracking in because you're not going to get here without spending a whole bunch of cores, whole bunch of refreshing, and honestly, it's going to take purchasing with dollar bills or ultra cores through the web store to get the points. It just is. Tell me down below if I'm wrong. Tell me if you find a way to get the free to play. I doubt it. Maybe it's just a lot of cores. You count cores as free to play. Past a certain point, I don't. If you're spending more than like 500 cores a day, it's not free to play. You're probably reloading with money on those cores. But we'll see. Let me know. All right, so here's some leaderboard targets. I think reasonably, that's the push best of before. Reasonably, you could push top 3, 10%, get there, not too bad. Again, what's the big payout? Some Elite 5s, not a huge deal. Some Blue ISO 5, which is not enough to do much of anything. That's equipping 1 crystal out of the 5 you need for, I mean, it's not much. Armory 16s to get 16 minis, not exciting. This is not exciting to me. The push target here, the leaderboard stuff isn't all that exciting. If you want to push a little further for a 6, I hear you. I'm estimating that there may be as many as 300,000 players that qualify for this. There's no qualifying score for this leaderboard, and anybody who spends the campaign energy gets apples. Anybody who does war, you can earn a war credit. You're going to get points. So even if you're in a war, if you, as long as your account is big enough to qualify for war, you're going to do a war attack, or win or lose, you're going to collect war credits. You're going to be in there. So the pool may be big. Let's say it's only 250,000 players. Then this would be 5,000 as a cutoff. So just keep an eye on where you are. Again, check in twitch.tv/AmbassadorAl. We will see how we are on the milestones, leaderboards, rankings, all that stuff as we get closer to the end, which is Monday, 5 Eastern time. All right. I made some scenarios for you. Scenario A. You don't care. I don't care about these dumb events. I'm so overwhelmed. I just log in, I just play, I get my stuff, I get what I get, and I don't pitch a fit. Hey, good for you. You watched the video this far on as a guide for this event? Liar. You're probably more like Baka. Shut up, CM Baka. I love Baka. He comes in every day to tell me how much he hates the game, but we know he actually cares. He actually likes the game, or else he wouldn't be here every day to tell me how much he doesn't like the game. So come on, let's get real. All right, scenario B. This is where most of you are, and I know it. You need the monthly event item. You are grindy, sweaty, free to play, however you want to talk about it. You need the event item because you're in the chase and you're like, okay, I'm not going to go super cracking, but I need the event item. So how do I get that, man? Just don't I'm blowing it away. You're going to spend 200 cores a day on campaign energy and only hit the nodes with the 8-to-1 apples energy ratio. You're farming the apples. You're not worried about the rest of what you're getting for it. All these should be selected. There's ones with gold orbs and training orbs, fragments, remember, you have to spend them to get the milestones. So you're like, I just farmed 1,000 energy and I didn't get any more points in the milestone? Well, you got to spend those 8,000 apples over in the Apple Store so they won't count towards your milestone points. It's the spending. So keep that in mind. Okay, you got to make 15 raid attacks. Don't have to win them all. Just win or lose. Spend the raid energy to get in there. I'm not even sure if canceling raid attacks would work, but I'm thinking just win, lose, get in there, do your stuff. You get 50 energy per day, right, for the beta right now, and your incursion raid or doom or whatever raid you're doing, it all counts. And then through the course of the day, you can get extra 2 here and 3 here and 2 here. Everyone said fine. And that's got confirmed. Yeah, pressing, if you go in the raid and you cancel out, you back out because, man, that raid went horribly. It still counts. It's basically spending the raid energy that counts towards the milestones. So you're okay. Just get in there, be active. You don't have to be good at it. But you have to go to the website. You got to go to the website to actually go collect it. It's 1,000 apples per day at caps out for 5 days, 5,000 apples. But you have to go there and do it. Also on the website, free claims. I saw 700 points a day. I believe it was 200 apples and 500 milestone points. Give it backwards. It's split between the two of them, but hey, I'm assuming you spend all apples, so over 5 days, that's 3,500. It could be more. The free claims can vary from day to day. Could be not there. Could be better. Could be worse. I don't know. Assuming that was the same as it has been the last 2 days, let's go there. You have 24,000 points remaining. You need to get for more credits. 2 war attacks with your even gear tier 14 or 15. I'm guessing you got all 5 characters unlocked. They may not be supremely built, but maybe they're 14 or 15. Get in there, and even if you lose, just don't cancel. You can cancel, you have to do it again. It's the using the team that gets you the points. If you do that, 2 war attacks, win, you get 15,000 points, you'll be fine. Depending on your war league, you get even more points for the win or loss. The credits are going to come out again, double the credits, 2 points per credit. And when you do other attacks in war also, you get war credits. When you get a knockout, if you knock out a team, each character counts as a knockout. That's KO. You get points. If you're still not quite there, you can use war credits in the war store for 2,000 alliance credits to fill the gap. If an area is not built enough, what have you. Remember, don't use those alliance credits on Elite 4 credits because those are ridiculous now. We don't need them. We're getting red stars. And Elite War credits, God no, that orb is terrible. Whatever, just save it up. Save it up for events like this where we need them. We had several over the time of the last few months where we need to earn war credits. So you got to get in there. Okay, scenario C. This is me. I'm gonna get my free. I'm gonna get the milestone. I'm good. What do I suggest? Hey, I'm doing an extra 100 core refreshes. I'm doing 600 cores a day on campaign energy because 2 reasons. One, I'm pushing a little harder, see if I get higher in the 1 to 2%, maybe even squeezing top 500 if I go nuts. I want to be in range where I could maybe spend some money. I know, on the last part of it, but I'm doing the cores because I actually think the apples are a good thing to use in the store. We'll get there. I'm doing my 15 rate attacks, doing the free claims, war credits. Hey, I'm assuming people at the next level probably have gear 16 because if you're into it, they're a really good war team. They're a premier war offense. You're going to want to have them up there. So I'm guessing 30,000 points. But again, you can get the monthly milestone without having that built. Do at least your war attacks. And consider, if you're at this level, pushing a little higher in the rankings, consider refreshing the war store. To buy those, spend 50 cores, buy them again. Spend 50 cores, buy it again. You can load up on points that way as well. It's a good way to use them. If you're okay using the cores, and I know, I'm just saying consider to chase a little higher in the rankings, the 3 to 10 instead of 1 to 2. It'll be fine. Okay, now we're going past the reasonable players, so I just caution. Scenario D, Kraken time. Dollar bills, y'all. The D stands for dollar bills. All right, so you're chasing top 500 or even better. See? Nope. You're chasing top 100 or higher. Top 100, top 50. You want those Apocalypse red stars. Okay, so first off, as I said before, if you don't even have Apocalypse, if you don't have Big Boy Apocalypse, you don't have a 6-star, 7-star, Gear 18, this probably isn't the chase for you. But okay, just so you know, I'm estimating it will cost at least $200 to even sneak in the top 500, much less higher, 250, 150, the higher rankings. Oh, and even if you're in top 100 right now, the last day, as we'll get to, there'll be a big push for more spending, and you will have to choose to keep up or not. The worst thing to do, I think, is to spend your money and finish 501st and go, oh no. But again, all of the leaderboards it's all about time. It'll come to you eventually. We'll eventually be allowed to buy the red stars on Apocalypse for dark promo credits. Eventually. That might take 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months. I don't know. You might be a year away from who knows. But then the reason to chase this is to have that window where I've got it and you don't. And you can't go buy it at Walmart. I got it because I know a friend. There was a limited supply. I used my Centurion card, right? That's who's going here. If that's not you, don't be you. If this is you, you probably know what to do. And the answer is open your wallet and spend it all. Just blow it out of there. Do everything in my previous scenario, but spend more money on energy, apples. There's offers for war credits. My offers just buy the milestone points. We calculated the other day you can spend $700 on day one and have like 486,000 points before we even went in game and started doing anything. So if you're wondering how in the world people have let's show you real quick. How in the world do people have already 1.3 million and there's 3 days, an hour to go? How do people have this many points? They're buying offers, man. It's not just campaign energy. They didn't build them to gear 24 and get extra points in the war. They're buying they're buying the offers. They're buying the points. That's how it goes. But whatever. And that's fine. We do not spend shame here. All I recommend is know yourself, know your lane, stay in your lane, do what's right for you, and have fun doing what you do. Don't get FOMO pressure into spending way more or whatever than you want to. Set a budget, have fun, do your thing. It's great. Keeps the lights on. Again, this is a business. They want to make money, and if they make money off people who aren't you, great. If they make money off you and you have a good time, great. Just do you. Anyway, if you're doing all that, just keep in mind if you're new to how these events work, you're a new crack in here at Marvel Strike Force, one big tip, the last few minutes of the event, again, Monday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, there will be a scramble. If you're in 50th place and someone's at 51, they may go ahead and spend $100 to try to pass you. They'll buy offers in the store. There'll be a last minute shuffle, like, oh no, it's like a scramble, oh no, and then you bid, and you spend one, and they spend two, and then there's a frenzy. If you're not prepared for that, if you're like, oh my God, that sounds awful, stay out of the way, don't get involved. If you're prepared for it, be ready to pounce and be that last minute, buy it now eBay spender with the last minute bids. Like and it may even go past by a minute or two or three or four or five sometimes. We had the event, the leaderboard stay open until 5, 8, 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. It happens sometimes. So be prepared that it's going to be a little nuts if that's what you're trying to do. But again, I don't recommend it, but if you're doing it, be aware there's all stuff that happens to it. Again, if you need more tips on spending, not spending, light spending, wherever you are, let us know where you want to be. We'll help you out here on Twitch, twitch.tv/AmbassadorAl. Anyway, so again, I don't recommend it, but that's a possible way to do it. Okay, bonus content. You got to spend them apples. How about them apples? You got to spend them. What are you going to do with them? I personally find the best bang for your buck is on the character charts. Here's a full list. So take your screenshot. Okay. And jot down the ones that you need that are working, the ones that you don't have at 7 stars, the ones that you might buy. And please note that the pricing is variable pricing because some characters, Heimdall, not super great, easily farmable, been in the game for a long time. Kang the Conqueror, amazingly great, not easy to farm, hasn't been here all that long. Everyone wants this character. Notice the price difference. It's called supply and demand, people. 9th grade economics class. Miss Branch, shout out. What's up? Hope you're still with us. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a lot of years. Maybe it's 8th grade. I don't know what grade you guys take econ. It's basically, if there's less supply and people want it, it costs more. It's weird. So for the most part, they're kind of priced up based on on demand, scarcity, all that sort of thing. If you find the price too much, don't do it. I will say right now, Valkyrie at 4,000 seems ridiculous to me. But if you need Valkyrie, I guess this is a way to get Valkyrie taken care of. I don't know. I'll break it down a little further to you. There are war character shards. Now, we'll get to, I know Hero Asgardians may be considered war for some people, but whatever. The premium war characters are going to be the nowhere characters, which you need for this event, but also you can get in the event. They're really useful. Cosmo, Korg, Thor, Infinity War. We call them Infinity Thor on this channel. Those are higher than the 1,000s, right? They're a little tougher to get. These are actually in the passes right now, the Strike Pass and the RTA Pass. So you get them that way too. There are ways that they're trying to be a little more player friendly at these things being available, but whatever. They're good. Kang, as we said before, one of the best characters and the highest price by far. Okay. Infinity Thor. Well, I want the Infinity part. Yeah. War Thor. You can say War Thor, but he's good for other parts too. The War Thor. The War Thor is where I buy war credits though. All right. There's also raid characters, right? These are ones on the dedicated raid teams. We got Agent Venom, who's part of Rebirth. Price a little higher than the bottom, but not too expensive. Bucky Barnes, Captain America World War II, part of that Invaders team. You need them for the incursion raids because they make it hard to use any other teams. Kang the Conqueror, if you're in the tech nodes, again, if you're buying Kang, it's because you've already got the other stuff. He's great. He's great everywhere. If your alliance is pushing the tech nodes and you just don't have it 7 yet, great. And Loki, part of the Bifrost team, which are really great. It's Mystic. They're fantastic. Once we get Sylvie, the team is going to just wreck the Mystic nodes. It's fantastic. Can't recommend it highly enough. But anyway, Loki's been in the game forever. Easy farm, super cheap price. But if you need some shards, hey, do it. My recommend for most of these, Agent Venom was one that we got shorted on, and a bigger Agent Venom really does help that team put enough damage out to stop timing out and getting rushed there. So he's a good one. Kang, of course, always good. And on the war one, Cosmo and Korg are useful. Kang is great. Thor Infinity. Thor is the one I like of these. He does the most damage on the team. It's important to have him bigger because he's a raider and he puts damage, and it doesn't matter. Nova carries the team anyway. Don't worry about it, okay? But whatever. And the non-raid, non-war. Hey, these are, you see Hela, Heimdall, Mighty Thor, Sif, Thor, Valkyrie. These are your basic hero Asgardians, and plus Hela. They're okay. You count them as war. We have them on war defense, but whatever. You've had plenty of chances, I would think, to farm them. But if not, get them. Valkyrie at 4,000 is trash. I'm not sure why in the world this is 4,000, unless they thought it was Vol. Somebody made a mistake. I don't know. So don't fall for that. Don't. That's a. They're just wait. Get her in a mega orb or a premium orb or a base. Give them the bumps. The basic Ultimus mega premium supply store. Get her other places. That's crazy. All right. In summary, congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. It's a fairly easy to get monthly milestone thing. Just get involved, get the monthly milestone. It's okay, don't sweat. Just coordinate with your alliance so you all get your nowhere attacks in. And if you need to fill the gaps in, War Store, buying the war credits is great. Core for energy, the apples are good, get characters, useful. Second big bullet point, yeah, use the store. Regardless of the milestone and the leaderboards and all that kind of chasing stuff, get the apples, and there's a good way to get some decent shards on the newer characters. 10 shards a pop. It's a reasonable investment. Get what you can out of there. I wouldn't use it on the gear. Not there's elite 4s and 5s and 6s in that store and some T4s and things. I find the best bang for the buck is the characters because that's what you need. It's a hero collector game. That's the basics of the game. And C, it's a big old Kraken trap for big spenders. If you're a light spender, just leave it alone. Figure out where you want. Go for that 1 or 2% maybe, or just comfortably get your milestone and then go for character shards. You'll be fine. If you're a big old spender, you don't watch this video. You already know what to do. Just spend harder. Spend harder, you non-peasant. We'll work on it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So that's it for the event guide. It's the first one I've done. I know it's a day and a half later than I wanted it to be, but we had to do new math and things happen and whatever. Give me some feedback. Make sure you subscribe. It's free on YouTube. Give me the likes and give me some comments. Hey, you like this? You didn't like that? You liked my shirt? You didn't like my shirt? The floating head's in the wrong part of the screen. Hey, the graphics are boring. Hey, or I like this or I didn't like that. I will read all your comments. I love feedback, good, bad, anything. I'm going to read it and take it to heart and get better the next one. So in the meantime, YouTube, the doors are coming to a close. Enjoy my next Crucible videos, my blog reaction videos, all the stuff too. I'm trying to make more of these event guides, more actual informative educational materials. In the meantime, the MC doors are coming to a close, but we're always open on Twitch, usually noon to 5, Monday through Friday. That's Eastern time, on twitch.tv/ambassadorAl. Until next time, we remember the rules. The rules. These are the rules of gaming. Winning beats losing. Lose beats not even getting to play. So I encourage you guys to always make sure you stay playing and stay winning. Till next time, peace, love, spread love, be joyful, and have a great day. Bye-bye.